Hello, today I will be discussing about Keynesian and Neoclassical version of ISLM model. In my previous lecture, I have told about the Keynesian ISLM model. Now, in this lecture, I try to differentiate the two models. Where is the difference? Where is the difference? Okay, now look, the ISLM function. This is the ISLM function. Along the vertical axis, we measure the interest rate, and along the horizontal axis, we measure the real interest rate. Okay, so the ISLM model, there is goods market equilibrium. This represents the goods market equilibrium, that is the IS curve, and this is the money market equilibrium, that is the LM curve. Okay, so it is the locus of all those combinations of interest rate and real income where the money market gets equilibrium. And this is the locus of all the combinations of real income and interest rate where goods market is in equilibrium. Okay, so by the intersection of the both curve, that is this point, is nothing but a combination of real income y0 and interest rate I0, which makes equilibrium in goods market as well as in the money market. So as far as the Keynesian ISLM function is concerned, money market has a role to determine the real income and interest rate. Okay, so this is the Keynesian version of the ISLM model. Now I am erasing all this marking. Look, the aggregate supply function. This figure represents the aggregate supply curve of output. This is the aggregate supply curve. Here, price is fixed at P1 up to full employment, but after full employment, price level is increasing. So after full employment, there is no chance of more than full employment output. Okay, so here the aggregate supply curve is vertical. Output less than full employment. This point represents the output less than full employment. From where we get this point? Look at my previous diagram. This is the equilibrium point. This y0 is actually this y0. This is y0. It is actually y0. Okay, it is determined by the intersection of IS curve and LM curve. So in the Keynesian version of the ISLM model, the price the output is produced below the full employment level, where price is fixed. Understand? Where price is fixed, output is produced in the ISLM model. Now I am erasing this marking. Now look this. LM function representing classical and Keynesian ratio. Here In the same way, along the vertical axis, we measure the interest rate. Along the horizontal axis, the real output. Okay, this is the full employment output. This is the full employment output, and this is the extreme Keynesian region. This is the extreme Keynesian region where price is fixed, but output increases. But output increases, and this is the intermediate region. Why it is intermediate region? Because output increases as well as the interest rate, increases. This is the classical region. This is the classical region. This classical region represents where price is fixed. Sorry, price is flexible. Because price is flexible, price is increasing, and output is fixed. Output is fixed. So LM curve, this classical version of the LM curve, where interest rate is increasing, but real output is fixed. This portion represents this. So this vertical portion represents the classical region. This upward rising portion represents the intermediate region, and this horizontal portion represents the extreme Keynesian region. This is the full form of the LM curve. Okay. Now look, the neoclassical version of the ISLM model. What is the neoclassical version of the ISLM model? In the same way, along the vertical axis, we measure the interest rate, and along the horizontal axis, we measure the real output. Okay. So now, look, this is the IS curve. Now look, this is the IS curve. Okay, IS curve. And this is the full employment output. Full employment output. So this intersection point on the basis of the IS and full employment curve, supply curve, we get equilibrium YF output at full employment and interest rate at full employment. But this is exogenously determined. In the Keynesian model. So what I am saying is that as far as the neoclassical version of the ISLM model is concerned, the interest rate is determined by the goods market alone. This is the IS curve. This is the locus of all the combination which makes the goods market in equilibrium. This curve determines the interest rate. This curve determines the interest rate. The IS curve intersects with the full employment output curve at this point. So in this way, the interest rate is determined. There is no role of money market. That is the role of LM curve to determine the interest rate. Okay, interest rate is determined independently of the money market. This is the one of the main findings of the neoclassical version of the ISLM model. So now the LM curve, here the money supply, nominal money supply at the price level P0 is the real money supply, which is equal with the demand for money. That is, the demand for money is equal to the real supply of money at the price level P0. At the price level P0 is the LM curve. So this LM curve, depending on the price level P0, we get this LM curve. Okay, and this intersect at this point. where the intersection point is YF and IF. But if the LM curve is anywhere, suppose here or suppose here, then goods marketing is in equilibrium, but money market not in money market and goods market both are not in equilibrium. Both are not in equilibrium. So this point represents where the goods market and money market are in equilibrium, depending on the price level. So in the neoclassical version of the ISLM model, we have found that the prices are flexible. Prices are flexible, and and output and interest rate are, are exogenously determined in the neoclassical model. And the main difference with the Keynesian ISLM model and the neoclassical ISLM model is from the supply side assumption. Okay. Without making equilibrium in the money market, full employment, output, and interest rate are determined in the neoclassical model. It is important. You should remember this. Without making equilibrium in the money market, full employment, output, and interest rate are determined in the neoclassical model. But in the Keynesian ISLM model, the money market and goods market have a role to determine the equilibrium output and interest rate. Here's the difference, basic difference, the fundamental difference. Any shift in LM curve does not have any impact in determining equilibrium output and interest rate in the goods market, as far as the neoclassical version of the ISLM model is concerned. Okay, any shift in the LM curve, if there is any shift, I have shown here, if there is any shift in LM curve does not have any impact in determining equilibrium output and interest rate in the goods market. But in the Keynesian version of the ISLM model, LM curve, the money market equilibrium to have an important role to determine the output and interest rate, equilibrium output and interest rate. So in the Keynesian version of the neoclassical model, prices are fixed. Prices are fixed. So these are the fundamental differences. These are the fundamental differences between the Keynesian version of the ISLM model and the neoclassical version of the ISLM model. So I hope you got the point and you enjoyed this lecture and do have some knowledge over this matter, and it will be helpful for your coming examinations, in competitive examinations, or in university scholars examinations of the students of economics honors or who are doing masters in economics. So thank you for enjoying my lecture. Thank you very much.